Hola clase, today we're going to talk about el verbo gustar. En español, gustar significa to be pleasing, but instead of saying running is pleasing to me, we actually just translate it to like. So in English, the equivalent is to like. I like to run, or I like to eat pizza. So have you ever heard me say, yo me gusta correr? No. So why would we start now? You usually just hear me say me gusta correr by itself. So the reason for this is because we are actually saying running is pleasing to me. So me equals me, not I like to run. So you're not using yo in there at all. It's kind of understood with the me. So let's have another look. Por ejemplo, in English we say I like to run. In Spanish, you're actually saying to run is pleasing to me. So it's a little bit different. The word order is actually scrambled. You have the direct object that comes first, which is the me, the verb, which is gusta, and then finally what you like, correr. So running is pleasing to me. It's a little bit backwards. So it's strange, I know, but here's what you need to remember. Gustar is a different type of verb that needs to be studied and not translated literally. And to make it negative, you just add no at the beginning. For example, no me gusta correr. And we've talked about this several times in class. But today we're going to add a little bit more. What about if I wanted to talk about someone else's likes or dislikes and not just about myself? We don't want to be selfish. We want to know what other people like to do. So here's what we need to know. The forms of gustar. So copy these in your notes. You have me gusta, which means I like. You have te gusta, which means you like. And we've talked about te gusta before, like when we asked somebody, te gusta dibujar? Or te gusta correr? Te gusta comer galletas? We've talked about that when we played Saca Cinco. Our other forms are le gusta, which is he, she, or usted form of likes. Nos gusta, we like. Os gusta would be the vosotros form, y'all like, or you all like. And then les gusta would be they like, or y'all like as well, the ustedes form. So here's what it looks like. Let's talk about different people and what they like to do. So we're going to talk about reading. You have me gusta leer, I like to read. Te gusta leer, you like to read. Le gusta leer, he or she or you, the formal, likes to read. Nos gusta leer, we like to read. Os gusta leer, you guys like to read or you all like to read. And les gusta leer would be they or y'all like to read as well. Let's take it a little bit further. Sometimes it can be unclear who is doing the liking. If you have le gusta leer, that could mean he likes, that could mean she likes, that could mean usted likes, that can be Bob, that could be Marissa, that could be James, it could be anybody. So, that just says it could be anybody. He likes to read, she likes to read, you like to read. It could be several different people. Les gusta leer, same thing. It could be they like to read or y'all like to read. It could be two people that you don't know like to read. We don't know. We just know that they like to read, but we don't know who they is or are. So, when you want to identify or clarify the person who is doing the liking, you can add an a before the subject or the person's name or the pronoun. So, this is what it looks like. You have a mí, you would put it before me gusta, so a mí me gusta. Then you'd have a ti te gusta. You want to clarify who you're talking about. A él, a ella, a usted, or it could be a and then someone's name, like a Rafael or a Roberto, anyone's name. A nosotros, or you could have a someone y a mí. That would equal nosotros. So if I said a Miguel y a mí nos gusta jugar al fútbol, you would say who is included in the us. Then you have a vosotros, then the plurals, a ellos, a ellas, a ustedes. And then if you have two people, you would say a Maria y a Jaime, or something like that. You would just insert the names there. So here's what it looks like. A mí me gusta, a ti te gusta, A él, a ella le gusta. A nosotros nos gusta. A vosotros os gusta. And then a ellos, a ellas les gusta. Or also a ustedes or a and then the person's name. Now, I haven't always said a mí me gusta. I just taught you me gusta. The reason for that is that for that box, the yo form is the only person you're talking about. It is only I in that box. There's not any other subject there. So you don't necessarily have to say a mí to clarify it because there's not any other subject there. Same things with a ti te gusta. You can go straight into te gusta because it's not competing with any other subject. Now when you get to the le gusta, there's several different ones, so you're probably going to have to clarify who it is. Same thing with the les gusta at the end. You don't know who they are, so you're probably going to have to clarify and use the impersonal a. The personal a. Sometimes it can be unclear who is doing the liking, so le gusta leer. We are now clarifying and saying a Luisa le gusta leer. So we know who is doing the liking. Same thing, les gusta leer. You would say a Elena y a Juan les gusta leer. So you're clarifying who is the they in the sentence. You add it at the beginning. So here we go. I like to read a book. To read a book is leer un libro. Gusta is to like, and then a mí me gusta, or you can just say me gusta leer un libro. Let's try another one. He doesn't like to drink soda. Beber el refresco is to drink a soda. Gusta is your verb. And then you say, a él no le gusta beber el refresco. You're putting the no in front of the le gusta. Here's your practica. I like to study. Elena likes to watch television. We don't like to do homework. Carlos and Miguel like to eat cookies. Do you guys like to take photos? And you like to go to school. So pause the video, write these down, and tell me what you think. Okay? You should have gotten a mí me gusta estudiar or just me gusta estudiar. Elena likes to watch television. You're going to say a Elena le gusta mirar la televisión. We don't like to do homework. A nosotros no nos gusta hacer la tarea. Carlos and Miguel like to eat cookies. A Carlos y a Miguel les gusta comer las galletas. Do you guys like to take photos? Les gusta sacar fotos a ustedes. And then you like to go to school. A ti te gusta ir a la escuela. So that's a quick summary of what we're talking about in class. We will have more practice in class, but watch the video as many times as you need to understand it. And buena suerte. Adios.